Hey y'all, I'm hearing the song. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And be glad in it. Hey, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day, okay? This is the day that the Lord has made. Okay? Period. No matter what people try to do, baby, it's still the Lord's day. Okay? God's still in control. You know what I'm saying? You want to know something that this is what I wanted to talk about, baby. As soon as you decide that you're not going to shenanigan with they shenanigans, baby, people be upset. Oh, Lord. It's like the mask come off of these people and then you see them for who they truly are and you act accordingly and they are upset with you. But they really upset with themselves that they showed them true selves, that they showed their true self, knowing that you ain't going to deal with them no more. That's the crazy part. People are really more upset with themselves for exposing who they truly was to you. Oh, Lord, this is deep right here. A lot of people wanted to keep this mask on. They didn't want you to know who they really was. They didn't want you to know. But you figured it out, okay? Because God loves you, and this is God's day. So if you ask God to show you something, he's going to reveal it to you. So people are upset that God has revealed or allowed them to reveal themselves to you. And because you have discerning eyes, you've seen it. You know what it look like when somebody trying to shenanigan. You know what it look like, what red flags look like. You ain't stupid no more. You have grown a lot mentally, spiritually. So you can tell when someone is just not equally yoked to you or when someone just should not be around you in the way that they want to be around you. You know, we can show love to our neighbors all day and night. Show love to strangers all day and night. But you better know who you need to be in fellowship with and who you need to just say hi from a distance. Okay? Whew. This message is heavy. I'm getting that people are upset with you. Yes, but really upset with themselves for revealing their true self to you. They didn't want you to think that they was crazy. They didn't want you to see that they were crazy. They didn't want you to see that they're abusive. They didn't want you to see that they're disloyal. They did not want you to know these things about them. Some people is like, damn, I just needed more time. Why did I let my temper show out? Why did I get so comfortable? This is what people is thinking because they wanted to keep this going for a while. Some people wanted you to be attached to them more. Okay? And the fact that you're able to move on from these people is hurting them even more because they're like, damn, I didn't do it right. I didn't solidify this yet. I showed my ass way too soon. And now this person is able to move on away from me. You know, because time, if you spend a lot of time, let's just make this clear. I don't care how long you with a person. Somebody show you who they is, you better leave. I don't give a fuck if it's 10 years later, 2 kids and 5 dogs, bitch, leave. But if you're someone where you asking God to show you people and he show you within the first year, within a couple of months, weeks, you better take heed to the warnings. And this is somebody that God showed you some things and it was very early on and they're upset because they're like, damn, I wanted to at least hide this for a year. I wanted to hide this for a month. I wanted to hide who I truly was for 6 months. Maybe I would have had her more caring and attached to me emotionally. But baby, some of you, hold on, let me take a sip of my water. Some of you are really standing on business. And when I just started standing on business, I'm thinking of like Superman, Spider-Man, when they be standing on those goddamn buildings flying all around. It's like, bitch, you like, I'm on top of this building. You ain't getting nothing past me. You ain't getting nothing past me. You like, oh yeah, I see what you doing. Oh yeah, I'm watching you. I see exactly what you're doing. You talking all that, but I'm looking at your actions. Somebody didn't know that you was actually paying attention to them. Somebody also thought that you was so in love with them that you'll let anything slide. Somebody thought because maybe they had some money, they had some status, you was going to let them treat you any type of way because maybe you don't have as much money as this person had. But guess what? You are already spiritually rich. That's where they got it fucked up at. They thought because they are physically, financially rich. Maybe this is somebody that was taking care of you or helping you out, or that's what the plan was. They thought that you really would never let them go. This is what they thinking. People are delusional. Okay? If you're not helping my spirit, I don't need you. I don't care how much money you giving me. If I'm mentally drained being around you, if I'm spiritually drained around you, we don't work. We can never work because guess what? If you're spiritually rich, God can bless you with the riches in the material world. Financially, you'll be fine. If you're spiritually rich, God can set you up to become financially rich. That's the problem. But if you're financially rich, but your spirit is fucking broke as hell, baby, that's a lot. That's more work, actually. That's more work because you did it the wrong way. You need to become spiritually rich first, and then God will bless you with the things that he want to bless you with the things that is in order with your life. But when you go to become financially rich, the ego can play a big part. You can talk down on others. You can think everybody else is broke and you rich. You know what I'm saying? Your attitude might be different, but when you are spiritually rich, you're humble. You show respect to the poor. You are charitable. You giving back because you know what it feels like to be broke in the real life. So when God actually blesses you, excuse me, y'all, when God actually blesses you with money in the physical, you will know exactly how to spend it and what to do with it. Okay? So this could be specific for someone. But somebody thought that you wasn't going to leave them because of the physical things that they had. Not realizing that you're spiritually rich. So you know that God will bless you regardless. That's crazy. It'd be so funny when someone thinks that they're really doing something in your life. It's like a lot of people be thinking that they are God in your life. Like without them, you won't even be able to eat a meal. Without them, you won't be able to pay a bill. Without them, you won't know what to do. Is these people stupid? Obviously. Obviously. It's a lot of materialistic ass people who think that rich is just the materials that you have here on earth. But if your soul is poor and broken, if your spirit is broke, baby, whew, that's way heavier. So someone got a rude awakening that you are not no pussy. Someone got a rude awakening that your pieces comes before anything. Someone got a rude awakening that you don't care about none of their riches and gold. I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. No fame or fortune. Phew. No riches untold. Is it untold or unfold? I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. But these people, they don't understand that because a lot of these people, they rather have the riches than Jesus. They rather have the riches than a spiritual connection. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, to get that spiritual connection, you may got to be broke. You may got to go through some shit. You're going to go through a storm because God is going to test your heart. God is going to tell you and show you what it means to be humble because you once was in that situation. So now when God bless you with the riches and the physical and your bank account is going up or you got that dream job that you've been asking for, now you know exactly how to distribute it to help his people. God want us to help his people. If you're not out here helping your people, and you keeping everything for you're selfish, you ain't getting nowhere really. These are the people that's stuck here in hell. These are people that's stuck in the material world. These are people that's never going to be happy. They're never satisfied. Okay? They're only happy because of the car that they drive. They're only happy because of what they paid for to change their face and body up. They're only happy because of the clothes that they're putting on. Baby, if you got a good spirit and you're spiritually rich, You could go on Walmart and get a whole outfit and won't give a fuck and still look like $1,000,000 because your spirit is rich. So the aura is going to be popping off regardless of what you have on. Some of these people only look good because they got a Louis Vuitton shirt on. Some of these people only look good with the heavy quotations because they got LV on their feet, Balenciaga shoes. But they won't look too good if we put some Avis on them from Walmart. These are the people because they won't feel comfortable. They won't feel secure in their body. They'll feel broke. They'll feel like nobody liked them or they ain't really meaning nothing because look at what they got on their feet. But somebody that is spiritually rich don't give a F what they got on their feet. They just grateful to have shoes on to begin with. You see the difference? Do you see the humility? Do you see the humbleness? They don't care. They just happy that God even woke them up to be able to go buy a pair of shoes. They don't care if they don't have a Lexus 2025. They happy that God gave them a Honda to be able to go and make it to work. But somebody that's all about status and how people is going to see them, they will never want to get into no hoopty. Never. And this is why people are missing what they need. This is why their soul is crying out. They're missing things. And God might send you on this person's path to show them some humility, to bring them back to the real life, to the real world. But they don't want you. They discard you because why? They got this and you don't got that. They got this and you still struggling with that. They doing fine over here and you still, you know what I'm saying? You trust in God. You know, and you might not even be no brokey. You know, you getting by. You happy with where you're at. You know that God is in control. This is God's world. But there's some people, they want to go working extra hard to do or get what they want to get because they don't actually feel comfortable within themselves to just let things come to them. They out here chasing things. But when you have God in you, you attract things. You're not chasing money. You're not chasing fame. This shit has just come to you naturally. If you get what I'm saying. So somebody that's a chaser would never work with somebody that likes to attract things to them. Because when you're sitting back letting things attract to you, that means that what you're attracted to really matters, right? That means that you can't partake in low vibrational things because you don't want to attract low vibrational things. That means you may have some standards and boundaries, even though you may not be the richest or whatever. Maybe you are the richest. Who knows? You just learned the power of attracting things and not chasing it. So there's people out here chasing this lifestyle, chasing this fame, chasing, this appearance. And you're more so like, I'm just going to attract the right people into my life. If someone don't like how I show up with my hoopty Honda, baby, then it is what it is. I remember my first car was definitely a nice Honda. I think it was a 2009 or 2011 Honda. I had like a little dent on the side or something. You want to know what I used to love about pulling up in that car, though? Is people would never expect a bad bitch like me to come out of that type of car. But guess what? I was confident. I didn't give a fuck. It got me from point A to B, and I paid that motherfucker off cash. I didn't care. But somebody that care about other people and their status and what people will judge or think about them, they will never get out of a car like that. They will never, because they trying to impress people instead of trying to impress their soul. And once you get to the point where you're trying to impress other people instead of your soul, God is not in your life no more. These are people that don't actually have a relationship with the Most High God, because if you really had a relationship with the Most High God, you wouldn't care about what other people think. You know that God got you here for this season. This may not be forever. God probably bless you with that Lexus 2025 later on. But right now, he got you, you humble, you chilling right now. Right now, God is like, it works. It's getting you from where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? What's the problem? That's how God is looking at it. So when you get into alignment with God and you understand why he's doing these things, you won't care about what everybody else doing on the outside. You ain't trying to, live up to what they think is what you're supposed to be like. These made up rules of how you're supposed to live. All right. But if somehow us humble folks always get caught up with these people that is so materialistic, and it's usually because God is trying to show them a new side of life. But a lot of people reject this. They don't want this. They look at you as you small, you broke. You can't do nothing for them. They feel like they're superior when you're really the more superior one because you have the Holy Spirit inside of you. Like I said, this is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Okay? This is a good day. Today feels good. Today feels like a new chapter. Today feels like you know who the fuck you is and you ain't changing for nobody. That's what it feels like today. Today feels like I know who I am and I'm not about to conform to your materialistic bullshit ass life. I'm going to live my life and do it the way that God needs me to do it, okay? The thing is, I'm not like you. You're not like me. We're individually different. And once I see that your spirit is poor, but your money is flowing, I already see that we unequally yoked. But if your spirit is rich and your money is rich, that's a good person to be around. That's a bad bitch. Listen, I'm not on here saying there's nothing wrong with being poor. It's something wrong with being rich in the physical. No, I'm never saying that. But what the problem is if you're rich physically, financially, but your spirit is poor. Don't twist up my words or anything like that. Okay? Don't twist up my words. You get what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with being a bad bitch that could take care of things. There's nothing wrong with driving an Lexus. Okay? I don't want nobody to misconstrue my words. What I'm saying is just make sure that your soul and your spirit is rich so that it's equally balanced. Some of these people are just unequally balanced within their own life. You got the finances, but what is your spirit like? Your spirit is in a -0. That's not it. That ain't it. Get your spirit right. Get rich in God. And God will make you rich in the physical because God ain't stupid. He know we need coin. He know you need coin to get to point A to point B. He know you like nice things. He will bless you with those things. But you must have a spiritually rich system going on. If the system inside of you ain't rich, it ain't God ain't going, it don't work like that. And a lot of the times these are the people they done chased this type of lifestyle. They wasn't really blessed and given it. They were chasing for this. You get what I'm saying? Some people did some things to get this. This is why you should never want what other people have because you don't know what they did to get it. Especially somebody that is spiritually poor. All right, I love you all. Catch you on my next video. Bye.